So the title of my speech is What Brings Heavenly Parents Joy? It's been a while since I've been up here. If you didn't catch the last speech, we covered why value should be measured by love, not how much money we make. Oh, no, some people don't. Some people are like, oh, I have all this money. That's how much value I have. It's like, not necessarily. There's plenty of people that are not such nice people that have lots of money and are unhappy completely. Also, that our value is priceless, since we're all Heavenly Parents' children. In growing up in our movement, we had a slightly different perspective on how we view God, our parent. Growing up, we seen God as a heartbroken parent that had his family ripped away from him and the perfect world that he created hijacked by the great enemy called Satan. The perspective I was given was that God was deserving of sympathy, comfort, and needing help more so than anything else. I've heard so many arguments by people that don't believe in Heavenly Parent is why they let all these bad things happen if there is a God. I have a couple reasons to explain why these things happen. Heavenly Parents gave us free will. We are capable of great and terrible things if we choose to follow them. If we had no free will, we would be no better than AI robots or puppies that follow a programming of just saying I love without thought instead of actually having a choice in the matter. Also, there is devils in this world as well. Everyone seems to always forget that part. What do you think the best lie that the devil gave this world?
I don't exist.
Ooh, that's a good one. Bob, what do you think?
What was John's?
It's like, I don't exist. What's the best lie that the devil ever gave?
You're okay.
Mm,
You are.
you're fine. Teresa, what do you think the best lie the devil ever gave this world?
The best part.
Lie the devil ever gave this world.
Love is the only thing that matters.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one too. In my opinion, the best lie that I think they ever gave is really, I don't exist. So when things go wrong, it's all God's fault. It's not mine. There's no other side to this matter because I don't exist. I'm not here. There's no other bad side to it, so it's all God's fault, in essence. So that's basically the best. I feel like that's probably one of the best lies, but those are good too. Love is everything. Everything's okay with love. Then other ones are really good too. Those are some really good lies as well. The best is, I feel like, is they don't exist. I don't exist. I'm not here. But there's God, and it's all his fault that all these bad things happen all the time. It's like passing the buck and not wanting to take responsibility for anything. This attitude sounds pretty familiar. When do you think this attitude developed? Stephanie? Ooh, before the fall. The fall is the best basic example of how that attitude developed. I agree. The fall of humankind. Everyone was passing the buck. God asked Adam, hey, why didn't you keep the commandments? Well, Eve tempted me. It was her fault. Eve's response, well, it wasn't my fault. Satan did it. Satan had the best response, though. It wasn't my responsibility to begin with. It was theirs. Why didn't you uphold it? It didn't apply to me. It applied to them. Valid point. So what is the most godly attitude to have? Be responsible for your actions. Take accountability for those that are underneath your care and your actions that you do. Has anyone seen the movie Constantine? Anybody?
About the demons?
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite movies, actually. Uncle Bob? Anyone else? They do? They show Constantine and Champion? One time. One time. One time. It's on Champion. I truly love this movie because there's so many nuggets of truth in it. The critics either loved or hated it. It never was in between. They either hated it or they loved it. But there's one scene where Constantine is having a discussion with the main character that's a female detective needing his help. And he poses a question to her. Do you believe in the devil? Her response was, no, I believe that people make choices and they choose the wrong ones. Constantine, he basically counters with, yes, we're capable of great, horrible things. But sometimes there's forces that are at play that give you just the right nudge to do the wrong thing. Also, you really should believe in the devil because he believes in you. I really like that line. But remember, the devil doesn't exist. Best lie ever. It's not there. So these are some things that make basically Heavenly Parents mostly sad when we don't take responsibility. We don't take accountability. We don't take basically what we're supposed to be doing in our life seriously and try to pass the buck to someone else. So let's switch up the focus and what brings Heavenly Parents joy. I like a line that Jesus said in Matthew chapter 22, verse 37. Jesus declared, love the Lord, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. Another one that I like is Mark chapter 12, verse 31. The second is this, love your neighbor as yourself. This is no commandment greater than these. Have Heavenly Parent at the core of your family at all times, in their hearts, in their minds, and in their spirit. Invite them into your life experience. The laughter, the joy, the anger, sadness, difficulties, struggles, failures, and successes in every aspect. They want to be there for you, be there with you, and there to support you. Especially when loving one another is the biggest thing. Treat people like you'd like to be treated, who kind of always serve you well. This doesn't mean that you just become a doormat for people and get taken advantage of by people. If you also loved yourself, you love that you know you have self-respect for yourself as well too. But treat people the way you'd like to be treated, and usually it works pretty well for most people. Heavenly Parents want you to reach your highest potential, to be the best you that you can be. They want to build that kingdom of heaven in each and every one of us. I think most people find this need to build this kingdom of heaven outside of yourself. It doesn't start outside. It starts inside who you are first. How can you bring love, peace, happiness, joy, and beauty if you don't possess these things inside of yourself? It has to be worked internally first before you can build anything on an external basis. In my life of faith, we basically describe God's love as unique, absolute, unchanging, and eternal. Have you looked around? Are any one of us exactly the same? Is anyone exactly like Jack?
No.
Anyone exactly like Uncle Bob? Anyone exactly like Auntie Carolyn? Exactly like Hannah? We're a unique, one of a kind. Even twins aren't the same. They look the same, but even their personalities, their spirits are different all the way through. We're all unique expressions of Heavenly Parent. That's a great and beautiful thing. Trying to beat someone into basically a mold of one thing is not the way you want to go about it. You want to basically exalt them into their highest potential of who they truly are as people. We all have different passions, different dreams, different talents. Hannah's great at poetry. Uncle Bob loves music. Uncle Jack's great at basically being Uncle Jack. I like medicine. I have a passion for that. Teresa recently found love for medicine too, and also the hang-ups of it. If the Riddick's were here, I was going to say, basically, if you're not too familiar with it, we recently had a ceremony back in April where we opened the Channel Sanctum. It's a ceremony that allows Heavenly Parents to have a physical foothold on this world that was ripped away from them such a long time ago. I brought my family there, and I walked into the Channel Sanctum. I felt immediately embraced, loved, a sense of longing of how much I had missed you and wanted you to be there with me, and they wanted us to be there with them, how they wanted to be there with my family. I sensed God strongly that day. And they didn't want to just stay there in that little sanctum. They wanted to come with us, dwell with us, be with all of our family members, and spread out everywhere. They want to save everyone, dead, alive, and future generations to come. I do highly recommend a trip. You have choices to, just on your own dime. But it's not the only place that you can experience God. There's plenty of places you can experience God everywhere. The best way to bring God joy is through simplicity and usually hard work. Here are a few things that I've basically found that are hard to do, but very simple at the same time. For people that are single, something I guess we've got to work towards, but for people that are parents, I think most people understand. Be a good husband. Simple. It's a lot of hard work. Be a good daddy. Be a good wife. Be a good mom. Build a happy family and healthy marriage where you put Heavenly Parents first, your wife second, your kids third, and yourself last. And vice versa. Same way. You know that line in marriage vows, the traditional ones, in sickness and in health? I think we didn't realize that we were all sick when we first got married. Sick with selfishness, being self-absorbed. But we become healthy again whenever we start having basically kids and children and also having someone we have to be accountable to. You become selfless instead of selfish anymore. At least in the healthy one. If you're selfish all the time, it usually doesn't really work out too much. It's always 100 and 100 as best you can. But if someone's only doing 50, another one's doing 100, or they're doing 20 and doing 100, you can feel the difference on when that happens. Granted, though, sometimes you may have to pull the whole entire weight of the world whenever basically your partner is disabled or something, or has the difficulties at some times. But hopefully you guys are doing it together as a team. And it's through basically the compromises, the sacrifices that we make, is how we become more selfless and more healthy every single day. Do you know what the greatest response you'll get after doing all these things? What's your think the greatest response you're going to get? Auntie Carolyn. Thanks. Good. Teresa? It's like, what do you think is your best response you're going to get after doing all these things? The sacrifices, the things that you've done in your family. What's the best response you're going to get?
The best response?
Mm-hmm. Or what response would you like to hear?
Oh,
Thanks.
that they, I don't know if it's a response like verbal, but I would love to see that in the chart.
The church? Uncle Mark?
Forget about it.
Forget about it. How's it going? Uncle Asada?
Seeing the others happiness.
That's a good one. I like it. My personal favorite answer for basically whenever doing all these things is, I love you, mommy and daddy. Especially those crazy kids, one with no clothes right now with a rattle. Yeah. All right. Take him back to his mom. Just to hear that I love you, mommy and daddy, I would do that all over again. Whatever sacrifices, whatever hard work I had to do, I would do it all over in a heartbeat. It makes it all that much more worth it. Although that cycle continues within our families when our children are a little sick by being a little selfish, but hopefully they experience what is raising up as they grow to become a little more healthy and be selfless. And then that will also basically in turn happen when they have their own families that they build up with too. So hopefully it's basically a happy, healthy, basic continuing cycle instead of one that is one of breakups, stepbrothers, sisters, unhappiness, anger, but more of joy. 6, spend time with your kids. 7, talk to your kids. 8, watch what your kids do and take note of how they grow. Because they keep changing on you every single time you meet them. They learn something new. They grow. They basically surpass their limits every day. Get as many kisses, hugs, and I love yous as you can give and receive to them. Appreciate your partner that you're on the roller coaster of a journey with. It is a ride. It is quite a fantastic ride in this physical world and eternal one. There is no death till us part, really. We're in this together for eternity. There are so many unique ways to love and bring Heavenly Parents joy. Your curiosity, creativity, and hard work will help you accomplish whatever blessing you desire. And God wants to help you with that, honestly. Whether you want to become an astronaut, whether you want to be a doctor, an engineer, president. I don't have anything anyone wants that job. It's a rough job. Spend time with the people that matter most to you. Treat them the way you'd like to be treated. And when you have an overabundance of love, blessings, joy, share them with other people. Give them out. Don't keep them to yourself. Let's always invite Heavenly Parents in our lives. God is good, and you can be good too. Love you all. Please have a good Sunday and practice the love you have every day, even if you fail. But hopefully you'll succeed with enough grit, hard work. We'll see it work. I got a good song I want to play at the end of this too, by the way.